Why does Messi surpass Ronaldo in the debate over the greatest of all time? The legendary Ballon d'Or winner shocked Ronaldo with a sincere and honest statement. Watch the video all the way to the end.
The ego is an important part in the squad. Personal level, I don't know. I think
my son is a big fan of Ronaldo, wherever Ronaldo is here. Ronaldo. And Barron got to meet him, and I think he respects his father a little bit more now, just the fact that I introduced you. So I just want to thank you both for being here. Thank you very much. Really an honor.
President Trump delivered remarks at the America Business Forum in Miami. He spoke on a myriad of topics, including his administration's accomplishments and criticizing the previous administration. Also, Lionel Messi discussed highlights of his legendary career, shared excitement for the upcoming World Cup, and received the key to the city at the America Business Forum.
Cristiano Ronaldo is an extremely focused and dedicated player, known for his intense personality. His competitive nature and constant drive to reach the highest level often make some people see him as over the top. However, few understand that this behavior isn't an act. This is who Cristiano Ronaldo truly is. That direct, ambitious style ends up feeding a very large ego, so large that even Carlo Ancelotti has now admitted publicly that Ronaldo has a strong ego. According to the coach, that ego can be a good thing when it's directed toward winning collective titles. But when it turns toward purely individual goals, it can become a problem, as no coach wants a player who only thinks about himself.
Eu sou o melhor.
O mundo sou eu. Eu quero ser o melhor da minha profissão. Eu acho que sou o melhor.
Se me perguntar, achas-te um jogador? Eu acho que sou um jogador completo. As estatísticas não mentem. Para estar ao mais alto nível, temos que ser diferente dos outros. Temos que ser melhor que os outros. Temos que ser mais profissionais que os outros. Eu sou o melhor.
Even Ancelotti, despite always defending Ronaldo, made it clear he would not want to work with a player who is exclusively focused on individual awards, feeding his own ego to win them. Now you might be wondering, what does this have to do with Lionel Messi? Calm down. All this controversy and the reactions from several football legends came after Cristiano Ronaldo made comments about Messi that many considered unfortunate, revealing, according to critics, a lack of humility and showing how his ego can influence his behavior. In this video, we're going to reveal Carlo Ancelotti's response regarding Cristiano Ronaldo's big ego. So now is the moment to leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for that. Lionel Messi currently lives in the United States and is one of the main attractions of the 2026 World Cup alongside Cristiano Ronaldo. The tournament will take place in the United States, Mexico, and Canada and will likely mark the final World Cup appearance for both players. Because of that, the promotional push for the biggest sporting event on the planet has already begun, something FIFA President Gianni Infantino knows very well. He is now at the White House. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia is looking to strengthen its commercial ties with the United States and plans to invest around $1 trillion in the country. In this context, no one seems more interested in attracting major global investors to America than Donald Trump. That's why he invited Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and Cristiano Ronaldo, who is part of the Saudi delegation, to a meeting at the White House.
Crown Prince Mohammed, we're delighted to have you with us at the White House. Very special, very, very special. Saudi Arabia announced that it will invest an incredible $600 billion. That means jobs. That means jobs. It's also good for your companies, but I'm only interested in the jobs for your country. I'm not interested in the profits, but I guess the profits are there too. But $600 billion in the United States. And today I said, any way you can up that? And he said, I am going to up that to $1 trillion. So he's investing $1 trillion into the United States.
The purpose of the meeting is not only to improve Saudi Arabia's international image, often associated with human rights abuses, but also to create a promotional bridge for the 2034 World Cup, which will be hosted by the Saudis. However, there's something strange about this meeting that we'll talk about at the end of this video. Trump claimed that his 19-year-old son, a devoted Cristiano Ronaldo fan, wanted to meet him, and as a gift, Trump arranged an elite dinner featuring the Portuguese superstar.
My son is a big fan of Ronaldo, wherever Ronaldo is here.
Cristiano Ronaldo has grown close to the Saudi Crown Prince since joining Al Nassr in early 2023. That relationship strengthened in June when he renewed his contract for another 2 years and even referred to Mohammed bin Salman as his boss. He has been used as a tool to help improve Saudi Arabia's global image, even as the country remains involved in highly questionable practices. Mohammed bin Salman has been widely criticized for his harsh crackdown on activists, political dissidents, and government critics. Numerous human rights defenders, including women who fought for basic reforms, have been arbitrarily detained. There are also accusations of the use of surveillance technology, including spyware, to track and target opponents. The Crown Prince visited the White House for the first time since the diplomatic freeze that began in 2018 following the of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi by Saudi agents at the consulate in Istanbul. U.S. intelligence agencies concluded that the prince likely approved the operation, although he denies any involvement.
President, his first remarks as he began speaking today were praising Mohammed bin Salman, saying that he is very proud of him on human rights and everything else, which I think for any observer here really did see a way that did appear to be a way that the president was trying to dismiss the controversy that has surrounded Mohammed bin Salman dating back and dismembering of the Washington Post, the Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi back in 2018. The CIA has since determined their belief is that MBS, that bin Salman was responsible for that. So I thought that was most interesting right out of the gates there. The president was pressed by one of our colleagues in the press pool there about the situation, specifically Khashoggi was pressed about the situation relating, MBS was pressed about the situation relating to Jamal Khashoggi. The president interrupted, attacked the reporter asking that question, and the president again defended MBS in that moment, in effect saying that he had nothing to do with it, and disparaging Jamal Khashoggi, saying that he was a controversial figure. And he said, in the president's words, things happen, his way of describing the murder that took place of that Saudi journalist now 7 years ago.
It's no coincidence that Lionel Messi turned down Al Hilal's offer, even though the club was willing to pay him twice Cristiano Ronaldo's salary. Accepting the deal would have meant promoting a country with a dark track record, while Mohammed bin Salman continued his controversial actions behind the scenes. However, recent information suggests a possible shift. There are now conflicting signs that Messi may actually be considering a move to Saudi football, and you're about to understand what's really going on. At the White House, Cristiano Ronaldo channeled his inner Bradley Cooper alongside Elon Musk and several other influential figures as he helped create an iconic moment, the so-called $1 trillion selfie. The photo instantly went viral and drew comparisons to the famous 2014 Oscars selfie that featured Hollywood stars like Meryl Streep, Jennifer Lawrence, Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, Lupita Nyong'o, Channing Tatum, and others. A fantastic night, Sachs wrote in the caption of the photo, which was also shared by Lutnick on social media. Even at the White House, standing next to Elon Musk, Ronaldo ended up being mocked, unlike Messi. Someone on X immediately mocked the group, saying they tried to recreate the 2014 Oscars selfie moment and failed. Another user agreed, calling the picture the most cliched group selfie ever. Ellen, wake up, girl! Many others joked that the photo was worth billions of dollars because of the amount of power, money, and chaos captured in a single frame, which is insane. Another person on X added, there must be a few $1 trillion in that photo. Someone else joked, did they accidentally assemble an Avengers team at the White House? A sixth person wrote, this looks like the most expensive group project of all time. Another user commented, so much aura in the room. The greatest footballer of all time. The greatest businessman of all time. The greatest president of all time. Unfortunately, I can't agree with that X user when he says, the greatest footballer of all time. The greatest president of all time. Even President Donald Trump doesn't consider Cristiano Ronaldo the greatest footballer ever. He mentions Pele and Messi. Someone else even suggested that the White House was turning into a Coachella for billionaires and big shots. Cristiano Ronaldo's visit to Washington happened on the same day Congress voted almost unanimously to force the release of Department of Justice files related to the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Would you please state your full name?
I'm Jeffrey Edward Epstein, and my residence address is 6100 Red Hook Boulevard in Virgin Islands.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yes.
The sex crimes of millionaire financier Jeffrey Epstein are appalling.
I was unaware that I was going to be alone with him. I thought I was going to die.
More than 100 vulnerable teenagers and young women trapped in his depraved web.
He started touching himself.
Tonight, the Epstein Files, the latest on who knew what in the biggest sex trafficking ring in history. His elite circle of the wealthy and powerful on notice as thousands of damning new court documents are unsealed.
They will contain the names of people associated with Jeffrey Epstein.
Prince Andrew and the former President Bill Clinton have been named.
More are expected to come out.
In the last few weeks, they've linked Epstein to some very famous names and exposed some very sordid details.
Amid reactions to the White House selfie, one user went as far as calling the group a pile convention. While no one in the photo has been charged with such crimes, several have faced serious controversies, including Ronaldo himself, who was accused of sexual assault in the US. This was his first public appearance on American soil since Catherine Mayorga, a former schoolteacher, accused him of raping her in a Las Vegas hotel in 2009. She first detailed the allegation in a 2017 interview with Der Spiegel. The outlet reported that Mayorga had reached a settlement with Ronaldo in 2010, but reopened the case years later in an attempt to seek millions beyond the $375,000 she had previously received. Ronaldo's lawyers insist the encounter was consensual, and he has always vehemently denied the accusation. The lawsuit was dismissed by a US judge in 2022 after determining that Mayorga's lawyer relied on stolen and leaked documents. Even so, since 2017, Ronaldo has avoided all preseason and friendly matches held in the United States while playing for Real Madrid, Juventus, Manchester United, and his current club. Last year, several employees filed a lawsuit against Elon Musk, accusing him of sexual retaliation and creating a hostile work environment, adding to similar allegations he has faced and denied in the past. Despite all the controversy surrounding Cristiano Ronaldo's return to the United States, where Messi plays, the debate between the two stars continues. Today, Carlo Ancelotti made some notable revelations. It's important to note that Ancelotti did not directly respond to Ronaldo's comments about Messi, but the topic of ego was discussed. Gary Lineker took the opportunity to ask how the legendary coach manages the egos of top stars, and naturally, Cristiano Ronaldo came up in the conversation.
It's important to have in the squad players with ego, but the ego, individual ego, cannot be more than what is the goal of the team. 2 weeks ago in a press conference in Brazil, I said, and I agree with this, because I said this, and so
I hope you agree with it then.
I said, I don't want to put in the squad players that want to be the best player of the World Cup.
Yeah.
I want to put players, they want to win the World Cup. And so the ego, individual ego, is important to reach the goal of the squad. And I have to say, it's not difficult to manage the top players, because usually the top players are the most professional players.
Because you have to be to get there.
Yeah, serious, professional. I can say one of the best professional players was Cristiano Ronaldo.
Of course, yeah.
Big ego, strong personality. Another player with big ego and strong personality was Sergio Ramos, for example. But he's a good ego for the team.
Ballon d'Or winner Lothar Matthäus explained why he will always side with Lionel Messi in the debate over who is the greatest of all time compared to Cristiano Ronaldo. Matthäus knows what it takes to be considered the best player on the planet. Lothar Matthäus, the 1990 Ballon d'Or winner, emphasized that healthy competition helps bring out the best in great players. Just as he rivaled Diego Maradona, Messi and Ronaldo have spent 2 decades competing for global supremacy, pushing each other to reach higher levels. Matthäus told The Telegraph about his rivalry with Maradona. Diego was the best footballer of my generation. Of course, after me. We had a footballing friendship. We were like Messi and Ronaldo back then. Rivalry makes you a great player. Diego and I were rivals on the pitch. We fought for our teams and our countries. Diego made me better, and I made him better. We benefited from each other. When asked which of the two icons he would choose, Matthäus said, "I'm a fan of Messi because of his style. I don't like to say Messi is better than Ronaldo because they play differently. Ronaldo is stronger physically. Messi is smarter. If Ronaldo brings short bursts of brilliance, Messi plays the long game. That's why I prefer Messi. He's been more important to football over the last 15 years. If I had the chance to play with one of them, it would definitely be the Argentine maestro." Over the years, many have sided with Messi, while others have favored Ronaldo. The debate over who can be considered the greatest of all time seemed to reach a peak in 2022, when Messi and Kylian Mbappé starred in one of football's greatest finals. For many, that moment reinforced the idea that Messi has always been the greatest player of all time. Even before winning the World Cup, Messi had already shown himself superior to Cristiano Ronaldo. That said, they are very different players and personalities. With that in mind, Ronaldo's former Manchester United teammate Fraser Campbell recently told Goal why comparisons need to stop. For me, I like both. I wouldn't say one is better than the other. I love the way Messi plays and I love everything Ronaldo has achieved. To me, they are two of the greatest players of all time. Sometimes it's a bit sad how people pit them against each other. They're just two incredible guys. Enjoy them! Saudi Arabia rejected a proposal from Lionel Messi to play in the country for 4 months ahead of the 2026 World Cup, according to sports executive Abdallah Hamad. Messi reportedly wanted to use that period to prepare during the MLS offseason, similar to how David Beckham played for Milan while contracted with the LA Galaxy. Hamad said the Saudi minister considered the league not a training ground for Messi to play just 4 months and then leave, and therefore the offer was turned down. It's unclear whether Hamad's account is entirely accurate. Meanwhile, Cristiano Ronaldo's presence at a White House summit allegedly discussing the Abraham Accords and international relations is unusual and raises questions about potential business interests. Talks reportedly included mutual investment between the US and Saudi Arabia, a country that has poured billions into sports to enhance its image in the West, including LEV Golf, UFC, and WWE. With Trump reportedly willing to favor allies, there is concern this could pave the way for the Saudi Pro League to expand into the US, potentially competing with Messi's MLS. While not guaranteed, any favoritism toward the SPL could undermine America's premier soccer league.